traveled the country, found all 4 members of Information Society, and convinced them to reunite for a one-time only concert. So far, Jim Cassidy, Amanda Kramer, and Paul Robb have shown up. But lead singer Kurt Harlan has yet to make an appearance.
I'm here for the job?
Right.
Yeah, we need a lead singer.
Babe?
There you go.
I was wondering, although you look very comfortable up here, if we could reconvene sort of in front of stage and sit down and have a proper conversation.
Certainly.
All right, let's come on over. Unfortunately, we do have an empty chair at the end. I don't know how much you know, but let me just update you on the story as far as our perspective is concerned. He said to us that he no longer wanted to be a part of the show. Didn't want to come to the reunion, didn't want to rehearse, and didn't want to ultimately play. We're obviously upset and saddened by it because I can't recall personally this ever happening before, where we've gotten everyone to agree in principle by signing the album, and then someone decides not to show up.
Leave it to Information
He'll like that.
Society.
Yeah,
Leave it to Kurt.
It's fitting, in a way.
It is.
But not surprising, I take it?
No.
Why do you think he's not in that chair right now? Why not at least come and sit down and talk if there's a reluctance to get back up on stage? What do you think?
It's too painful, I think, for him to kind of be teased with the remnants of it.
I would have thought he would have at least come for this part of it, to be honest.
Well, probably if he would have come to this, he would be afraid that we'd con him into the rest of it or something. I don't know. I mean, could we con him into doing it? No.
No, but the situation would be too awkward.
And everybody in this
Everyone's
room
yelling at
would be
him,
like
come on,
saying,
Kurt, come on, Kurt, you
which is
gotta
like
do
the
it now.
worst.
Well, you know, he was your typical conflicted front man.
Well, I mean, you know, it's an interesting reaction.
He really did not enjoy touring. He was a tortured soul.
No, with Kurt, the thing is because the band became something that he didn't want. I was always the one pushing for pop success.
Right.
Because I just wanted to make money.
I just wanted to play to giant crowds.
Right. We each had our own motivation, but Kurt wanted respect, and he wanted to do his own experimental thing like we did in the beginning.
Right.
He wanted it to be like it was in the beginning, and it couldn't. It became like a business. The rest of us could roll with the punches, and Kurt wasn't willing to roll with it.
Like,
Why did he stay then? Why didn't he just leave it?
dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
He needed us more.
Yeah.
And I think that it was really difficult for him when the band kind of finally petered out to let that go.
See,
to let the being a star go. And, you know, he flogged that horse for a long time after the rest of us stopped.
Yeah.
It is a shame that he didn't come because it would have been, I think he would have enjoyed it, maybe more than anybody.
I think it would have been great if all 4 of us had been here. But on the other hand, perhaps we said a lot of things that wouldn't have been said otherwise.
If Kurt had been here, it would have been very different. I probably would have been a little more uncomfortable.
The biggest disappointment, I think, is for, obviously, the fans. We had a lot of people very interested in this show. We announced it soon after that last signature was placed on the record, and people as far as, you know, South America were willing to come in and watch you guys on stage once again.
That
so it
makes it even better that we're not performing.
How do you think you would have sounded, though? It would have been
terrible.
Really?
Well, it depends on how much technology we could rely
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
When we were ready to do the show, I don't know how it would have been, but I think we could have pulled off something.
Tell me about this picture.
That is my favorite picture.
Yeah, that was a great.
Is it?
That is by
Especially your
far.
boots.
Why is it your favorite picture?
I think because it was the first one, the first, like, attempt at a promo shot.
Right.
And I just love it for its innocence. It was kind of before record companies, before anything. It was just like, you know, 4 kids trying to be a band.
Right. Well, the first person to leave this incarnation of the dysfunctional family was you.
Yes.
I almost fell off my chair when you told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was very surprised. Did you know while this was going on with Amanda, going through this experience with heroin, did you have any idea that this was happening?
Well, I think near the end we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
We busted you finally, so.
Yeah.
We went through your bag, so it was a drag.
Is that what it came down to?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I probably was, you know, it was getting messy. You guys remember that we took a plane from Seattle to San Diego?
And you were in the bathroom.
We had some bitch stewardess who wouldn't let me smoke a cigarette on the plane, so I was very adamant and rebellious, so I went in the bathroom and had one, but I also had some heroin on me that I was smoking in the bathroom. When I came out, the stewardess was waiting for me.
Yeah.
But like going, I know you just had a cigarette in there. And when we got off the plane, they had cops at the... but they had all thought it was just for a cigarette. And it was just kind of like things were just, you know, kind of going that way.
We have studiously avoided talking about that issue. I think that she deserves her privacy, and it's, you know, it's her issue, and that's why I didn't really pipe up too much.
Because being a junkie, it's a lifestyle, you know, I mean, it just having to deal with getting it and having it and then not having enough and then being sick for a show and then, you know, needing to get more. It's like you can only have the flu so many times.
Right.
You know, it's just, it wasn't pretty. That's for certain.
I just started noticing that you were kind of becoming two people, you know, kind of the one looking for it and then the one having it.
There we go.
When Amanda started opening up about her addiction, it was uncomfortable because we had never really dealt with the issue.
But, you know, we were too close for you to say, you know what, guys, I want you to out of my life.
Right. No, I mean,
that would never have happened.
No, it wouldn't have. No, I mean,
you got out a different way.
Yeah.
But how you got out was interesting. I mean, Scott, you know, your manager, checked you into a facility in New York City. Why did you guys not call her or visit her yourself?
Chicken.
Scared. Yeah. That's what a manager's for.
Right.
To do all the stuff you don't want to do.
Right. Chicken.
A few years later, the two of you decided that that was it as well.
Yeah, well, I think the record company is basically going to drop us. The money was drying up. You wanted to get married and procreate, and I wasn't going to do it with Kurt.
And
alone.
we were stranded. There's no way. And we were stranded in Brazil.
What do you recall as your fondest memory with Information Society?
When we first started playing shows outside of Minneapolis, I think that was a really great time because it was the first time we ever got validated as somebody other than the usual 200 people.
Amanda?
I'd have to say I'm with Paul. I liked it when I first joined them. It was the early days of the South Bronx and that whole phase. We were kind of doing it on our own.
I loved touring, and I loved, not to get all sentimental, but hanging out with you was a blast. No, really, like when you would come and pound on the door in the morning and make me get up and we'd go have coffee and read the newspaper in foreign cities and try and find the people.
That was great.
I mean, I love that. Yeah.
I'm going to step away. I'll leave the three of you here. You can say your goodbyes to each other.
I feel really quite good that it happened. I'm pleased to have finally had some sort of reunion.
I feel a sense of closure for the band as a media icon. They Seeing Amanda again felt more like an opening rather than a closure.
It feels really cool that we were able to close this thing together. It was neat.